So last year I noticed I've been a member of English Heritage for many years now, probably decades. And in the last couple of years, a number of events and everything have been cutting down quite a lot. And then last year they started to cut down opening times. So, for example, over the winter they weren't really open at all. The company closed down places like my hometown Carlisle Castle, completely closed. And apparently it's due to the government's turn around to us that they're basically, as a charity, saying they're not going to support them, they've got to be self-funded. But the thing that's surprising about it all is that surely what English Heritage need to do is to get people through the doors. They need the money to maintain this, these buildings, these ruins, these sites. And if they don't get people through the doors, they can't rely totally upon membership fees. And membership fees have gone up quite a lot, and it is quite expensive. So I thought I'd actually wait and see till this year, till 2020, what the renewal was like. And earlier in the year, my renewal came through, and then slowly came through the actual paperwork you get. You get a magazine, and you get a guide to the actual different places in England, and then you get an events guide. So let's take in, it's a very nice meaty little book of all the different properties, their opening times and everything else. And if we look at, say, the Northwest, which is where I'm from, we've got a nice image of the whole of Northwest and all these different properties. There's 27 different places that are run by English Heritage. So we've got 27 places, and each one is described in either, depending on the size and importance, I suppose, or attraction of it, different places. So Carlisle Castle, for example, gets a whole couple of pages to itself. This very important border castle between England and Scotland. And yeah, it goes on and on and on and on before we get onto Hadrian's Wall. So 27 properties, nicely described. Excellent. This is my little guide. I can go find out when they're open, how much it costs. As a member, they'll all be free, but sometimes it's open to the public. I'm going with friends. Brilliant. And yeah, opening times have come down quite a lot as well, but maybe not as bad. So great. So love that. Then I move on to their events guide, which is not quite as big. Now, fair enough, this is only their March events guide. So this is really for when they decide to reopen in March, and it goes on till June. And then I presume they'll do another one for the second half of the year till they close again for winter for some strange reason. But yeah, so 27 properties in the Northwest. Let's go and see what's local to me. Let's actually go and find out. Oh, hold on a second. Here's the Northwest. We've got one page. What events have they got on? They've got one event going on at Beeston Castle, down in Cheshire, at the opposite end of the bloody area from me. 3 counties away from me. And that is it. That is the something of the events they're doing. And what is the event? Let's just have a look at this. It is the Easter Adventure Quest. That's it. Easter Adventure Quest for kids. So, and that costs you money as well, if you want to get in. So if you want to go and see any sort of event, any sort of historical reproduction, the reenactments that used to go on at English Heritage were absolutely fantastic. Some were rubbish, some were brilliant, generally fantastic. If you want to go and actually experience these places and get any sort of recreation of what they used to be like, sightseeing events, reenactment events, anything like this, anything as an adult, no chance. If you flip through this guide, in the main, it tends to be what they're trying to do is occasionally pull in families just to try and get the cash off the families, and that is it. And that's not good enough. That's just not acceptable. That is a load of absolute bollocks. I, as a paying member, my children are growing up, are no use to me. So that means that now my membership money, which is going up, which I think went up by another, 10% or 15%, it's getting quite expensive each year, is only there so I can go and wander around castles or ruins or abbeys or whatever that, let's be frank, I've probably been to several times before, and I, to be honest with you, don't think it's worth it anymore. So I don't think I will be renewing. I'm sad to say that, because I'm a strong supporter of English Heritage and our heritage in general. Here's a lady, or a little splurge about the events organiser, head of events. Well, she must have the easiest job in the world, because going by this, it probably takes about 15 minutes to create all their events for the whole of the 6 months. Yeah, really, really bad. And it's counterproductive. They're going to lose members. They're going to lose me, for example. They're going to lose membership, which means they'll just lose more money. these events used to pull in people who weren't members, and they would be encouraged to become members because they're going to see an event. But when they pulled in non-members, they get the cash off a non-member. Get rid of the events. What's the point? All you're going to be left with is people who just want to purely support the heritage, and there's other ways I can support heritage in this country. It's going to get to the stage where English heritage have got so little money that either those ruins and everything are left to literally go back to ruin, or the government will have to step in anyhow and pay the money. So pointless. So yeah, so there's some scrap paper that can go in the bin. Thank you very much. Bye bye.